If we had the equation 8 equals 2 to the x, how would we solve for that x? We could do the x root. So I take the x root, and I get the x root of 8 equals 2. Well, how do you separate the x from the root? You raise it to the x. So I raise it to the x, and these cancel, and I get 8 equals 2 to the x. So that didn't work. In fact, you don't know how to separate them. That's what this chapter is dealing with. Well, if we go back to the original problem, if you think about it, you know what the answer is. The answer is 3. 2 to the third is 8. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. All right? Well, so far, you've just guessed to figure this out. If we had a second problem that says 8 equals, nope, that's not what I wanted. 9 equals 2 to the x, that's a lot harder. We could try 3.1. It's not right. We try 3.11, 3.12, and it's a mess. Okay? Never again are you going to guess. You're going to use algebra to solve it, and your calculator will tell you what the answer is. So, because of this problem here, we created what are called logarithms. I don't know what logarithm means. We abbreviate it as logs. All a logarithm is a different way to write an exponential equation. It just changes the order. That's it. So if we looked at 8 equals 2 to the third, this number is referred to as the base. This number is the exponent. And we'll just call this number the answer. So in a logarithm, you just kind of change the order of exponential equations. So here's what you write. If this is in exponential form. If I want it in log form, I write the word log. Base goes right here as a subscript. So remember when we used to do like a sub 1, a sub 2? This is the same idea. This is log sub 2, only we say log base 2. And then you put the answer right here equals the exponent. It means exactly the same thing that this exponential equation means. It's the exact same equation. We've just written it a different way. It's kind of like similar if you had x plus 1 to the 1/2. That's the same thing as the square root of x plus 1. All we did is change how it looked. We didn't change the fact that it's still true. Okay? So one thing I want to point out is, this does not mean 2 to the 8th. That 2 is not a subscript of the 8, or the 8 is not a superscript of the 2. The 2 is attached to the log. There are an infinite number of logs, just like there are an infinite number of square roots, and they all work a little bit differently. The square root is asking what two numbers multiplied by what number times itself twice is the given value. A cubed root is asking for a set of 3. A fourth root is asking for a set of 4. So the same thing is going on with the logs. Log base 3 is different from log base 2. So this says log base 2 of 8 means 2 to what power equals 8? 3. So that's how logarithms work. Instead of looking for the answer, you're looking for the exponent. And that might seem like a small change, but that's going to solve all our guessing when the x value is missing. Okay? So all we're going to do today, in addition to going over your grades, is converting between logs and exponents. Super easy. So if I had 3 squared is 9, what is that in log form? Log base 3 of 9 equals 2. All right, if I had log base 64 of 4 equals 1/3, how would I convert that into exponents? 64 to the 1/3 equals 4. Now, that's super easy, and some of you are already flying through the back page. Hold your horses. On the back side, there are 2 mistakes. One was my mistake, and the other was on purpose. So the last question on the back says, which one of the problems was incorrect? So one of them is not true. So you can't just fly through and write all the answers. You need to pay attention because one of them is wrong, and you need to figure out which one is wrong. Now, having said that, number 29 actually has a mistake. See how it says equals -1/3? Number 29 should just be equals -3. So, for example, if you look at letter B on the front side, 17 squared equals 289. Is that true? Well, 7 times 7 is 49. It ends in a 9, probably, so you just need to double check, make sure it is true. Okay? One of them is wrong. Once you figure it out, don't tell your friends, because then it ruins the surprise. So, you work on this. I will write down your test scores, put them in the computer, hand it back, and then we can, if you want to go over your grade, you can. All right? This worksheet and yesterday's worksheet go on next term. So some of you already turned the worksheet in from yesterday. That's fine. We'll just save them. But don't turn in this one or yesterday's until Monday. Got that? All right. Get to work.